The ugliest guy in school had a crush on my girlfriend while I was studying abroad. He copied my mannerisms and style. He even had plastic surgery to look like me. He completely swept my girlfriend off her feet when I returned after finishing my studies. He felt threatened by me, the man Pei Qianxia could never forget, now back from abroad. At my welcome home party, he ordered his lackeys to push me into the pool. He wanted to see the former campus heartthrob have a hysterical meltdown, but I disappointed him. I calmly asked someone to retrieve my backpack. Pei Qianxia frowned and instinctively defended Ruian. You only fell into the water. You were not hurt. It is not a big deal. Ruian's 3 buddies all chimed in. Yeah, it was not intentional. You are making a mountain out of a molehill. My gaze remained utterly calm. Where are my watch and phone? I was wearing a watch when I fell in. Someone pulled me out, but not my belongings. My watch is a limited edition. It cannot even get rained on, let alone soak in a swimming pool. It is ruined now. I took stock of my belongings. Ruian and his roommates watched me, all somewhat confused. Ruian knew exactly how important Pei Qianxia was to me. I was the campus heartthrob in high school. Students from other schools even came just to see me. He had been completely ordinary in high school, yet he had transformed himself and stolen the girl I loved. Surely, I had to be going crazy. He used this trick to provoke me, to make me lose all dignity before Pei Qianxia. Ruian had used petty tricks like this many times. By all rights, after Xiao Yelin fell into the water and humiliated himself before everyone, he should have come after me swinging. Ruian molded over in secret, then softened his voice. Yelin, I am sorry. It is all my fault. Ruian's roommates unhappily pulled him back. Ruian, do not apologize to him. You did not do this. I cannot stand people who covet someone else's girlfriend. Oh, whoever did it should take responsibility, right? This suit cost 258,000 yuan. The shoes cost 45,000 yuan. The watch cost 470,000 yuan. The phone cost 13,000 yuan. They are all ruined after being soaked. The total is 786,000 yuan. Whoever did it can pay for it. The moment I finished speaking, Ruian and his 3 roommates were stunned. How much? 786,000 yuan. That could buy a house back in our hometown. Ruian and his roommates came from ordinary families. To prove he was not vain or obsessed with money, Ruian never accepted Pei Qianxia's expensive gifts. So far, he had only asked Pei Qianxia to find his father a respectable, high-paying job. What? That lousy suit cost over 100,000 yuan? How could he afford a watch worth hundreds of thousands? He is so vain. He knew Pei Qianxia's family was even wealthier than mine, and Pei Qianxia was the Pei family's only heir. Once I became Pei Qianxia's husband, I would definitely outshine Xiao Yelin. Ruian's 3 roommates panicked. That was more than 700,000 yuan. The 3 of them had relied on Ruian's connections to join Pei Qianxia's company. A monthly salary of 10,000 yuan was already generous. How could they possibly afford that much? Ruian turned to Pei Qianxia with a wounded look. Qianxia, seeing the drama grow more entertaining, Ye Qingxue quickly added fuel to the fire. Did you not say whoever did it should take responsibility? Qianxia, you are not going to pay Yelin's compensation yourself, are you? Ruian's roommates were still making excuses. He has already worn the suit, shoes, and watch. How could they still be worth so much? All that used stuff is worth 20,000 yuan at most. Yelin is already being generous with that price. His limited edition watch is listed at 470,000 yuan on the official website. You could not get one even by paying double and buying it as part of a bundle. Online, it has been driven up to 1 million yuan. His suit is brand new, the latest style of the season. Today is the first time I have seen him wear it. Pei Qianxia stared at me without blinking. For some reason, she felt that after I fell into the water, I no longer looked at her the way I used to. Ruian looked at his 3 roommates. He would still need their help in the future. He could not alienate them now. It was only 700,000 yuan. Pei Qianxia had money to pay it anyway. He could definitely get that money back out of Pei Qianxia later. Ruian looked at Pei Qianxia with a hurt expression. They are friends I invited. I should take responsibility. I only have 10,000 yuan in savings. Yelin, I did not expect you to care so much about money. I will transfer my savings to you first. I will write you and I owe you for the rest. No need. Pei Qianxia wrote me a check for 1 million yuan and handed it over. She was furious inside, But she did not know who to vent that anger on. Ruian was so innocent. He did not understand anything. His friends were also just innocent boys who did not understand high society rules. I cannot blame them. The only person left to blame was Xiao Yelin. Pei Qianxia sneered. Xiao Yelin, I did not expect you to be so obsessed with money. Perhaps to you, wealth and possessions are the most important things in life. Otherwise, you would not have gone abroad in the first place. At that, my face darkened in exasperation. What else? Without money, could a brain-dead CEO like you still stand here acting so high and mighty? I had just transmigrated here and already had a 1 million yuan check. I had no desire to stay and argue with these people any longer. So I spoke lazily. If I cannot get an apology, getting some money is not bad either. With that, I left. Ye Qingxue shot Pei Qianxia look. Qianxia, go ahead and believe them. I think you've lost your mind. Ye Qingxue quickly caught up with me. Yelin, let me take you home. It is so late. You can go home, take a hot shower, and change clothes. Though 1 million yuan is not much, it will make those guys miserable. That makes me happy. 1 million yuan is not much. I knew the Xiao family was wealthy, but I had heard they had fallen on hard times these past 2 years. They were not rich enough to consider 1 million insignificant. Even a rich young master could not truly treat money like it was nothing. Even today's outfit had been carefully chosen to put on a show. It is not a small sum to us. But did you not say that your wife of convenience gave you a black card? As long as you did not bother her, you could spend 20 million yuan every month without a problem. Qianxia is just blinded by Song Ruin right now. One day, she will realize that you are the one she loves. Once you get divorced, you will definitely marry Qianxia. I fell silent. The original owner had a wife in the novel. I had almost forgotten about that. My eyes widened in shock. 20 million yuan a month. Why would the original owner divorce a walking bank? Ye Qingxue drove me home. I got out of the car and was stunned by the villa's exterior. The novel said the original owner lived alone after separating from his wife, but I had not expected him to live alone in such a massive villa. Sigh. Why would the original owner give up being the son-in-law of a wealthy family just to become the female lead's pathetic simp? When the villa's butler saw me, a flash of surprise crossed his face, but he still welcomed me inside. Sir, you are back. Hearing that form of address so suddenly felt strange, like I was in a television drama. To stay in character and avoid raising suspicions, I gave a slight nod and said nothing more. Back in my room, I let out a long breath. No matter what, now that I was in this fictional world, if I could not get back, I would avoid the original owner's mistakes, stay as far from the male and female leads as possible, and live my own life, and avoid ending up with such a miserable fate. Since I was here, I might as well make the best of it. Whatever the circumstances, I would adjust for a few days before worrying about anything else. The original owner's phone was surprisingly waterproof. It still worked. The moment I turned it on, I received a text from Pei Qianxia. Xiao Yelin, you should reflect on what happened today. I remember you were not so obsessed with money before. I could not be bothered with her. Then I checked the contacts on my phone. I still did not know the name of the female CEO in the novel, who let the original owner use her card freely. As I scrolled, I did not recognize most of the names in the contact list. The original owner had saved far too many numbers. Then I found a contact saved simply as Shen. It suddenly clicked. I remembered that this big shot seemed to be from the Shen family, Rongsheng's most powerful elite family. The pool reeked of disinfectant. After taking a shower, my body was utterly exhausted. The instant my head touched the pillow, I fell asleep. Shen Yutang also came in from outside. The moment Butler Li saw her return, he hurried over. Miss, Sir actually came back today. A young woman brought him home. There was little emotion in Shen Yutang's cold eyes. She merely nodded. Butler Li knew Miss Shen and Sir had no feelings for each other. They had signed a marital agreement before the wedding. They would divorce after the old master passed away. Shen Yutang was like a flawless machine built for work. She only cared about her ever-expanding business empire. She was indifferent to most people around her. In the middle of the night, thirst suddenly woke me. Still groggy, I got out of bed to find something to drink. As I walked downstairs, I saw a figure. Without thinking, I grabbed her. Excuse me, where is the refrigerator? Before she could answer, I heard someone clear their throat. Sir, please follow me. Miss is going to rest. I took a proper look at the woman before me. She had a small, exquisitely beautiful face. Shen Yutang removed my hand from her arm. The kitchen is ahead. I froze for a moment. Shen Yutang smiled. The house is quite cold. It is not good for you to walk barefoot on the floor. Thank you. I stole another glance at her. If I was not mistaken, this woman must be the one in the novel, the big shot at the top of the food chain. I took a bottle of ice-cold water from the refrigerator. I twisted off the cap and took a sip. A faint chill spread through my chest. I looked at the butler beside me. Why did Miss Shen come home so late? Miss is always very busy with work. If there is ever anything you wish to say to Miss, you can call me, and I will pass it on for you. After hearing Butler Li's response, I finally confirmed that she really was the Shen family's big shot. In looks and bearing, this Shen family powerhouse was leagues above Pei Qianxia, the novel's female lead. The original owner had no interest in such an accomplished, beautiful woman. Yet he liked Pei Qianxia, who could be fooled by a scheming pretender. At the drop of a hat, I was a little curious about why. No matter how curious I was, I could not let my curiosity show. If anyone discovered I had transmigrated here, they might drag me off and dissect me. Sir, it is very late. You should return to your room and rest. I headed toward my room, making idle conversation with Butler Li. Miss has quite a good temper. The original novel said they had no feelings for each other and did not get along. They often lived separately, but it never specified whether they had slept together. Anyone who had slept with him would surely notice something was off, and I was not mentally prepared for that yet. I pushed open the door. The room was completely empty. So this married couple really did sleep separately, because I slept deeply that night. I woke early the next morning. After washing up, I came downstairs. Shen Yutang was about to have breakfast. I was a little hungry too, so I naturally went over and took a seat. Butler Li looked at Shen Yutang, then at me. Though Shen Yutang did not show it, Butler Li knew perfectly well that Miss had not welcomed Sir's arrival yesterday. Out of courtesy, she had concealed it. So, who would play the villain? Of course, it would be me, the ever-diligent one, earning 1,000,000 yuan a year. Butler Li cleared his throat. Sir, when will you be heading back today? I will arrange for a driver to take you. Heading back? Back where? Is this not my home? I thought it over. The original owner and the big shot usually lived apart. Could this be the big shot's residence? That idiot Ye Qingxue had brought me straight to the big shot's turf yesterday, had she not? Yes, I will go home around noon. I drained a glass of milk, then finished a slice of toast, and reached for the fragrant fried sausage and cherry tomatoes. Just then, I noticed Butler Li and Shen Yutang were both looking at me strangely. I was completely baffled. If I remembered correctly, the original owner was just an ordinary person, not some male celebrity. With a clear conscience, I speared another seasoned fried egg. Shen Yutang dabbed the corner of her lips with a napkin. Butler Li spoke with a smile. Mr. Xiao, you have quite an appetite today. I waved a hand. I was dieting before. Recently, I realized I do not need to anymore. Has Sir had his heart broken? It was a strange question, especially asked in front of his actual wife. But Shen Yutang did not mind. Instead, she looked at me with teasing eyes. Did you get dumped? How was I supposed to answer that? I was speechless. No, I just realized being healthier makes me more handsome. That afternoon, Butler Li naturally sent me to the Xiao family home. The original owner's parents divorced when he was 1 year old. Father Xiao soon remarried and had another son. His name was Xiao Jingchen. As for my marriage to Shen Yutang, Xiao Jingchen hated it with a vengeance. In front of Butler Li, Xiao Jingchen remained ingratiating. My brother has always been delicate and spoiled. I have worked tirelessly without complaint since childhood, willingly taking care of him. Ha! What a good boy you are. Xiao Jingchen pretended not to hear my sarcasm. Still wearing an innocent expression, he asked Butler Li, when will my sister-in-law visit our home? Once my brother is better, will she come take him back? Butler Li paused. Well, Miss Truly is very busy with work. If Sir needs anything, please call me. The moment Butler Li left, Xiao Jingchen quickly latched onto me. Brother, I want these limited edition shoes. They are only for 170,000 yuan. Could you transfer me 500,000 yuan? I folded my arms. Do I look like I am made of money? Xiao Jingchen froze, irritation flashing across his face. But to get money from me, he still pretended nothing was wrong. It is only 500,000 yuan. Brother, the Shen family is so rich. You are not too stingy to give it to me, are? Very clever. You guessed right. Xiao Jingxun could now wear all kinds of luxury brands and show off in front of his friends. Only by bleeding the original owner dry. He took the original owner's money, yet complained to his friends about how awful the original owner was. The original owner would pander to these people, but I would not. What an ungrateful little ingrate. And he calls 500,000 yuan only. Try earning 500,000 yuan on your own. Xiao Jingxun soon ran to my stepmother, Yao Yujin, to complain. Yao Yujin watched the way I sat there. For some reason, she felt as though I had changed. Something about me was no longer quite the same. My stepmother stepped forward. Yelin, how have things been between you and Qianxia lately? I looked at her in confusion. Pei Qianxia. Mom knows you must have suffered terribly with the Shen family. Qianxia is a good girl. Mom still likes her. I ignored her. When Yao Yujin saw I was ignoring her, her tone changed. Well, you have been a rich family's son-in-law for only a few days, and now you will not even acknowledge your own mother. I raised my eyes coldly. You are blocking the television. If you think Pei Qianxia is so great, then go find her yourself. I am married. I need to keep my distance from a woman who has a boyfriend. Yao Yujin froze. She was shocked to hear those words come from me. Father Xiao returned at dinner time. At dinner, Yao Yujin and Xiao Jingxun sat beside Father Xiao. The three of them looked like a real family of three, happy and harmonious. Yao Yujin served food to Xiao Jingxun and Father Xiao, speaking to them with warm affection. I sat alone in the corner, ignored by everyone, as if I were not part of this family. Xiao Jingxun spoke to Father Xiao with a wounded look. Dad, I want a pair of sneakers. I asked brother to buy them for me, but he refuses. Father Xiao's thick black brows furrowed. Yelin, Xiao Yan is your little brother. What is wrong with buying him a pair of sneakers? I can buy them, but you need to give me the money. We are family, and you are bringing up money. Do you think it was easy for your mother to raise you? She is not even your biological mother, yet she treats you so well. You do not know gratitude at all. Yao Yujin quickly played the good guy and smoothed things over. Everyone is eating. Do not scold the child. Jingxun, you are being so unreasonable. Even though your brother has plenty of money, you cannot just spend it however you like. What sneakers do you want? Dad will buy them for you later. With a cold curl of my lips, I rose to my feet. I am full. I am heading back. Father Xiao frowned as he watched me leave. What the hell has gotten into him today? Father Xiao turned back to Xiao Jingxun. How much are those sneakers? Xiao Jingxun pursed his lips. 500,000 yuan. Father Xiao was instantly displeased. Do you think money grows on trees? Do you know how difficult business is these days? Though Father Xiao scolded Xiao Jingxun, he could not bear to deny his son in the end. He transferred him some spending money. Next time, find a way to get it from your brother. I stood outside the Xiao family home. It was hard to get a taxi in this villa complex. Besides, I did not know where the original owner lived alone. I had to ask someone. Unreliable Ye Qingxue was definitely out. I scrolled through my WeChat contacts. Soon, I spotted the name Zhu Jincheng. In the original story, Zhu Jincheng was my friend, the kind who framed people with me and got up to every kind of evil. With a sigh, I called Zhu Jincheng. Less than 30 minutes later, a man in a loud floral shirt pulled up before me in a convertible. Zhu Jincheng warmly came over and slung an arm around my shoulders. Yelin, what made you call me? I heard that Song Ruian has been telling everyone you are vain and money hungry. That man is disgusting. I will find a way to teach him a proper lesson. Forget it. Let us not talk about them for now. Jincheng, could you take me home? To my own place. I got into the car. Before long, Zhu Jincheng dropped me off in the underground garage of an apartment complex. I got out and saw Zhu Jincheng still sitting in the car. Will you not come in and sit for a while? Zhu Jincheng hesitated. Me. He knew I tended to keep other people at a distance. I did not like people coming into my home. Only when we went shopping together. And I had too many bags to carry. Would I let him carry my things and follow me? I could not help laughing. Of course. You worked hard to drive your buddy home. Are you not even coming in for a bite to eat? It is already so late. And I am hungry too. Zhu Jincheng followed me into the elevator. He automatically pressed the button for the 17th floor. Luckily, the fingerprint lock still worked. I opened the door and walked inside, then froze in shock. The original owner always looked perfectly neat outside. But his home was a mess, like a garbage dump. Jincheng hesitated. I can tidy up your place for you. Hey, I get 20 million yuan every month. I am already this rich. And I am still going to make my best friend clean for me. What kind of nonsense is that? So I promptly used my phone to hire the most expensive cleaning team to come clean the apartment. They promised to arrive within 30 minutes and finish within 2 hours. Once the cleaners arrived, I decisively pulled Zhu Jincheng away. Come on, let us go eat out. I went to an upscale restaurant nearby. When he heard I was treating, Zhu Jincheng felt a little embarrassed. When he came to places like this with friends, he was usually the one paying. When friends had offered to treat him before, they only bought him fast food or street snacks. Even when we went out together before, he covered every expense. As Zhu Jincheng cut his steak, he found it hard to swallow. The last time I had been this good to him, Song Ruian and Pei Qianxia had gotten into a fight, and Song Ruian had angrily taken a job at a nightclub. I had asked Jincheng to go before Song Ruian's relatives and friends, and spread rumors that Song Ruian worked as a male escort at a nightclub. Though he was willing to help me, doing those things had still been rather awkward. He was worried I would ask him to do something even more embarrassing this time. I took a bite of foie gras. It was so delicious that my eyes narrowed in pleasure. Jincheng looked at me hesitantly. Yelin, what do you need my help with this time? I quickly understood and smiled. Nothing. We have not seen each other in days. I just wanted to catch up. What have you been busy with lately? Zhu Jincheng instantly brightened at my words. I have a new girlfriend. She treats me really well. Tomorrow is my birthday. She and her friends are throwing me a celebration. Yelin, do you have time to come? It is fine if you do not. Of course I do. Send me the location. I will be there. Zhu Jincheng's eyes lit up at once. Okay. Then I suddenly remembered something. Oh, right, Jincheng. Do you know anything about my wife? Well, she is powerful and influential. Very powerful. Zhu Jincheng seemed to remember something, and his face went deathly pale. Yelin, you are not planning to kill her and take her inheritance for yourself, are you? I would not dare. Her family is extremely powerful. I choked on my fruit wine and coughed violently. No, I have not seen her in a long time. I forgot her name. She is so mysterious. I could not find her on Baidu at all. Two elegant, beautiful women sat at the next table. Shen Yutang had come here for dinner with a friend that evening. She had noticed me from the start, but I was too busy eating, drinking, and talking to notice any of the other diners. Now, hearing me say something so absurd, her eyes narrowed slightly. Jincheng frowned at me. Her name is Shen Yutang. I know there is no love between you two, but I did not expect you to forget even that. I breathed a sigh of relief. At least I would not give myself away in front of Shen Yutang. After dinner, I had just lain down after getting home, when I received a message from Butler Li. Sir, the Shen family banquet is in 2 days. Miss wants you to return with her. I knew absolutely nothing about the people in that powerful family's household, and the novel had given me no information either, other than knowing the Shen family had an extremely formidable patriarch. I knew nothing else. I sent Zhu Jincheng a private message. Do you know anything about the Shen family? The Shen family is a very mysterious elite family. I know nothing about them. I painfully clawed at the bedsheets. What am I supposed to do when the time comes? I cautiously told Butler Li that I had been very busy lately, and might not be able to go. Butler Li replied directly. Miss said that you must fulfill your responsibilities, sir. If you fail to do so, your monthly allowance will be deducted. How much per deduction? 20 million yuan each time. If this month's allowance runs out, we will deduct it from next month's. My heart ached. Then inspiration suddenly struck. Butler Li, I have not had much contact with the Shen family before. Do you have any advice for me? Sir, I would not dare say anything about the Shen family. I cannot casually say either good or bad things about them. I instantly deflated. Just then, my phone rang. Xiao Yelin. I fought with Ruian again. I was already in a bad mood. Hearing that pretentious woman's voice made me even more annoyed. Get lost. Then I hung up. On the other end, Pei Qianxia was dumbfounded. Was this really the Xiao Yelin she knew? Her best friend, Mu Zufu, was equally stunned. Xiao Yelin actually hung up on you? Did he not use to wait desperately for your calls? Pei Qianxia did not know what was going on either. She felt restless and uneasy. Everything she had once been able to control seemed to be gradually slipping out of her grasp. Qianxia, do not forget, you still need Xiao Yelin. His wife is Shen Yutang. She is a powerful figure beyond anyone else's reach. Any secrets you want to know, Shen Yutang surely knows them. Just tell Xiao Yelin a few lies, and he will obediently do whatever you want. At the mention of Shen Yutang, Pei Qianxia felt wary. She also felt wronged and confused. I think Xiao Yelin is acting this way. He is probably just trying to get your attention. He is playing hard to get. Pei Qianxia instantly believed Mu Zufu. Still, I think Ruian is the better man. Mu Zufu immediately agreed. Ruian is such a wonderful man. He does not care about money at all. Even if you go bankrupt one day, he would still beg on the streets with you. Do you think Xiao Yelin could do something so noble? That is true. Ruian wants nothing from me. He only wants me to treat him well. Besides, Song Ruian is so full of life. Unlike Xiao Yelin, who is completely vain and materialistic. He latched onto the Shen family for money. He would not even stay single for you. After hearing Mu Zufu, Pei Qianxia was even more certain she did not regret being with Song Ruian. Several of Zhu Jincheng's friends had all been introduced through his girlfriend. His girlfriend, Sun Yao, was an actress. She was quite pretty, but not well known. Sun Yao looked at the gorgeous giant cake in the center. Let us cut the cake now. Wow. Which bakery did you order such a huge cake from? My housekeeper made it. Wait, I have another friend. He will be here soon. What other friends could you possibly have? She did not believe Zhu Jincheng could have any worthwhile friends. He was tacky and dull, completely unable to tell praise from insult. After entering show business, Sun Yao's expenses became enormous. Yet she had neither fame nor fans, so she barely earned anything. That was when she met Zhu Jincheng. She had heard Zhu Jincheng was a wealthy heir, and began to see an opportunity. Later, Zhu Jincheng developed feelings for her. In no time, he had spent hundreds of thousands on clothes and accessories for her. Whenever she complained about being broke, Zhu Jincheng sent huge cash gifts. Zhu Jincheng was holding his birthday party at a hotel that day. He eagerly awaited my arrival. Then he spotted Song Ruian. He and Pei Qianxia came out of a hotel room. Though the server repeatedly explained that the banquet hall was reserved, Pei Qianxia arrogantly insisted on bringing Song Ruian in for breakfast. Song Ruian had greatly pleased Pei Qianxia in bed, so Pei Qianxia planned to reward him that day with a lavish meal in the banquet hall. Zhu Jincheng was deeply displeased to see them enter. This is my birthday party. I did not invite you. What are you doing here? Jincheng, you are having your birthday party here. Pei Qianxia's face stiffened, but she could not help asking again. Why did you do that back then? Song Ruian remembered that Zhu Jincheng was my lackey. He hated him intensely, but put on a magnanimous act. Qianxia, do not question him anymore. I have already forgotten about it. The more understanding and generous Song Ruian seemed, the more Pei Qianxia's heart ached for him. A cold gleam flashed in her eyes. Tell me, why did you spread rumors behind his back? Sigh, it cannot be his fault. Xiao Yelin must have told him to do it. Zhu Jincheng glared furiously at Song Ruian. I did it myself. You had plastic surgery to look like Yelin. I looked down on you. What is wrong with that? Song Ruian raised a hand to his face. Qianxia, I did not. While they were at an impasse, I walked in from outside. I wore a custom white dress shirt and black trousers, which made me look even more handsome. Pei Qianxia caught her breath when she saw me. I lightly furrowed my brow. What happened? Pei Qianxia pressed her lips together. Ask him. Zhu Jincheng lowered his head without saying a word. Pei Qianxia looked at me with a complicated expression. He deliberately slandered Ruian in front of other people. Xiao Yelin, slap him. Then I will believe you had nothing to do with this, and forgive you. Zhu Jincheng looked at me with some fear. He knew how much I cared about Pei Qianxia. If I hit him for Pei Qianxia, that would be the most natural thing in the world. But today was his birthday. When Zhu Jincheng saw me raise my hand, he shut his eyes in fear. Instead, I merely gave his shoulder a gentle pat. Do not get angry over people who do not matter. Jincheng, today is your birthday. Happy birthday. Zhu Jincheng froze. I looked coldly at Pei Qianxia. Compared to my friend, your forgiveness is simply laughable. Today is Jincheng's birthday. If he did not invite you, you can leave. Xiao Yelin, have you lost your mind? You are treating me like this over a lackey. A mocking smile curled my lips. My gaze was full of scorn and ridicule. Yes, I have lost my mind. What? Miss Pei, did you only just realize it? After hearing that, Pei Qianxia's expression did soften somewhat. My eyes remained indifferent. I was crazy, which is why I was so devoted to you. Now I have come to my senses. Naturally, I will not be deceived by you again. Pei Qianxia's face darkened again. Her face turned livid as she stared at me. Song Ruin finally could not stay silent. Xiao Yelin, do not go too far. How can you speak to Qianxia like that? I gave a cold laugh. I turned and looked Song Ruin up and down. Mr. Song, I am not Pei Qianxia. Your little hard-to-get act will not work on me. Song Ruin went pale at my words. He seemed to want to argue. But in the end, he only silently followed Pei Qianxia out. As soon as they left, Zhou Jincheng's friends came over. Sun Yao knew Pei Qianxia, the Pei family's eldest daughter. She was shocked that I dared mock them both. It made her suspect I had an impressive background. She looked from Jincheng to me. Jincheng, is this the friend you mentioned? Zhou Jincheng was filled with guilt. He knew how important Pei Qianxia had been to me. Yet at such a critical moment, I chose him instead of Pei Qianxia. Yelin, I am sorry. I should have let you hit me. I could not help laughing at Zhou Jincheng. Jincheng, hitting someone can get you detained. Do not feel guilty. Pei Qianxia was setting me up by asking me to do that. It is not your fault. Zhou Jincheng felt much better at once. He called me over to cut the cake. Sun Yao kept studying me. A covetous gleam flashed in her eyes. She took the initiative and offered me a plate of cake. Your name is Xiao Yelin, right? I am Jincheng's girlfriend. Let us add each other on WeChat. I did not bring my phone. Sun Yao had brought a huge gift box. Inside was a bouquet of fake flowers. The kind of large bouquet sold on Taobao for 99 yuan, with free delivery. The gifts Sun Yao and the others gave Zhou Jincheng were mostly cheap gifts costing only a few dozen yuan, with free delivery. When Zhou Jincheng saw those cheap gifts, his smile stiffened slightly. The gifts he had given them before had all been luxury goods worth tens of thousands of yuan. I gave Zhou Jincheng a diamond-encrusted watch. It was the brand's newest model. Zhou Jincheng was surprised when he opened my gift box. He loved this brand of watches. Sun Yao looked envious. Wow, this must be expensive, right? It is not too bad. When giving a gift, naturally you choose one worthy of the recipient. Sun Yao pretended not to understand my implication. My father likes this brand of watches too. Sadly, I cannot afford to buy him one. Oh, keep at it. Work hard and earn enough to buy your father a watch. Once you have bought one for your dad, do not forget your boyfriend either. Sun Yao froze for a moment and said nothing more. That evening, Jincheng and I left the hotel together. When we reached the hotel lobby, I saw Song Ruin and Pei Qianxia again. I looked at my own clothes, then at Song Ruin's identical white shirt and dress pants, and the same watch. Not even cosplay could make two people look this much alike. The moment Song Ruin saw me, he hid behind Pei Qianxia. Zhou Jincheng was annoyed to see Song Ruin copying me. He rolled up his sleeves. Yelin, that Song Ruin is copying you again. I will go beat him up. I grabbed Zhou Jincheng when I heard that. Forget it. Do not waste your time on him. Seeing how afraid Song Ruin was of me, Pei Qianxia instinctively shielded him behind her. She looked from Song Ruin to me. For some reason, when we wore different clothes, or when Song Ruin had only one or two things that resembled mine, Pei Qianxia thought Song Ruin looked a lot like me. But when we dressed exactly alike, Pei Qianxia instead felt we did not look so similar. She felt irritated, though her face remained haughty. Ruin, I think you look better in this outfit. Yes, of course. Miss Pei has an excellent eye. For some reason, Pei Qianxia felt as though I was mocking her. I drove home, thinking about the Shen family dinner the entire way. I truly had no idea how to handle it. For some reason, I felt the plotline involving the Shen family's big shot would be even harder than dealing with Pei Qianxia. The moment I reached the parking lot, my phone suddenly rang. It was an unfamiliar number. An unfamiliar voice came through. Hello. Is this brother-in-law? Miss Shen is at the hotel. She needs you to come help her with something. I turned the car around. Half an hour later, I was back at the same hotel. I knocked on the door to the room the woman had mentioned. A moment later, the door opened. Shen Yutang wore only a bathrobe. Clear droplets ran down her long hair. For some reason, her expression was gloomy. Xiao Yelin, why are you here? Didn't you call your best friend and ask her to have me come over? Shen Yutang seemed to recall something. For an instant, her expression was terrifying. Then she returned to her usual gentle detachment. I understand. Then, with a click, the hotel room door locked from inside. Shen Yutang's phone rang. The woman who had called me spoke through it. Ms. Shen, that is the latest drug from the black market. I was afraid there would still be lingering effects after the injection. So I specifically called brother-in-law over. Remember to open the door for him. You think men outside are unclean. But brother-in-law should be fine, right? As for the bastard who drugged you, just wait and see how I deal with him. I heard every word clearly. I turned to leave. But the next instant, Shen Yutang pinned my wrist against the door. Honey, now that you are here, do you still want to leave? I have a very important meeting tomorrow morning. I need to make sure I get sleep tonight. Watch over me all night. If anything happens, call this number. She is a doctor. I was completely baffled. Stay awake all night. But I am only human. I get tired too. HMPH. If you cannot do it, next month's 20 million allowance is gone. Honey, can you do it? I immediately thumped my chest and promised. It is only staying up all night. What is so hard about that? Please sleep soundly. I will watch over you all night. But by 2:30 in the morning, I really could not hold on much longer. My eyelids kept drooping, and my head nodded helplessly. Then I suddenly jolted awake. I pinched my cheeks. For my 20 million, I absolutely could not fall asleep. Then I opened my phone and scrolled through videos, using them to keep myself awake. That night, I watched her sleep peacefully. Before I knew it, I had fallen asleep slumped beside the bed. It was already 7 in the morning when Shen Yutang woke up. The slightest movement from her woke me. My mind was filled with next month's 20 million allowance. So I slept very lightly. The moment I opened my eyes, I met Shen Yutang's phoenix-like gaze. Oh no, I actually fell asleep. And the big shock caught me. Morning. Even my voice was filled with guilt. Shen Yutang gave me a smile that was not quite a smile. You, what about me? My eyes fell on her curvaceous figure. You have an incredible figure. Shen Yutang's smile stiffened as she pulled her robe closed. Then she went to the bathroom. I finally breathed a sigh of relief. A while later, the hotel room doorbell rang. I went to answer it. A stern-faced woman in formal business attire stood outside. Sir, these are the clothes for you and President Shen. I accepted the 2 large boxes. One was white, and the other was black. Thinking the white box was Shen Yutang's, I placed it on the bed. I called toward the bathroom. Miss Shen, your assistant delivered an outfit for you. All right, leave it outside for now. Then I opened the box her assistant had delivered. I glanced at the clothes inside. Inside was a bespoke black suit. There was also a smaller box inside. I was startled when I opened it. There was actually a watch inside. I could tell the watch was extremely valuable. Shen Yutang soon emerged from the bathroom. She took the kippao her assistant had sent and changed into it. When she came out again, she wore a custom kippao, looking instantly graceful and captivating. I pointed at the suit in front of me. This outfit is for you. Go change in there. This watch is yours too. It is your reward for last night. May I ask how much it is worth? 40 million. Shen Yutang watched my expression. If you do not want it, throw it away. I want it. I want it. I want it. Shen Yutang let out a quiet, inexplicable laugh. We are going to the Shen family home today. You may suffer a few slights there. For the sake of this watch, endure it. I nodded. A few slights could earn me 40 million. How many people would beg for that kind of suffering? She really was among the ultra-rich. So extravagant. Shen Yutang checked the time. Let us have breakfast at the restaurant first. I was worried my gastroenteritis would flare up again and send me back to the hospital. There was only a glass of milk and a sandwich before me. Shen Yutang raised an eyebrow slightly. As if recalling something, she smiled softly. No appetite today? You know, I never have much appetite. I usually eat very little. That morning, Pei Qianxia and Ruian came to the hotel restaurant for breakfast. She spotted me at once. Xiao Yelin, why are you here? I turned to look at her. Shen Yutang looked over as well. My heart tightened. If Shen Yutang realized I did not like Pei Qianxia, she might not only question whether I was really Xiao Yelin, she might also wonder if I would fall for her instead. A woman like Shen Yutang would hate having men cling to her. Pei Qianxia felt a flicker of anticipation. Were you waiting here for me on purpose? As a man, Ruian noticed the woman across from me first. He had always thought Pei Qianxia was the finest woman he had ever seen. But after seeing Shen Yutang, he understood that Pei Qianxia could not compare to her at all. Shen Yutang spoke coolly. Yelin, who are these two? Only then did Pei Qianxia notice Shen Yutang. The instant she saw Shen Yutang, her guard went up. My name is Pei Qianxia. I am Xiao Yelin's friend. This is my boyfriend, Ruian. Pei Qianxia. Shen Yutang repeated her name, her eyes darkening slightly. Shen Yutang. I am Yelin's wife. Pei Qianxia froze at that. Ruian felt a bitter pang of envy. His gaze drifted to my suit and watch. The longer he looked, the more striking they seemed. Miss Shen, I have heard so much about you. We have all heard your name. We never expected you to marry Yelin. We were all shocked at first. You are such an exceptional woman. We all thought Yelin was not worthy of you. Just as expected of our naive, innocent male lead. Every word he said was meant to charm the big shot. From the moment he opened his mouth, it was nothing but flattery. Yelin is a good man. If either of us is unworthy, then I am the one unworthy of him. Ruian felt even more jealous. He looked at me enviously. Yelin, your suit and watch look amazing. Did Miss Shen buy them for you? Where did she get them? Custom made. One of a kind. Ruian looked embarrassed. He had wanted to hint to Pei Qianxia that she should buy him an identical set. Now, that was clearly impossible. Pei Qianxia's face had been dark ever since. She noticed that my eyes had never once been on her. She could not help wondering what Shen Yutang and I had done at the hotel last night. Pei Qianxia left the restaurant without even touching her breakfast. Ruian quickly followed her. I stared at Pei Qianxia's retreating figure. I put on a forlorn expression. Shen Yutang gave me that half smile again. That is the woman you like. MMHMM. We have known each other for years. She's nothing special. Honey, you are very handsome, but your taste in women is terrible. That deflated me. After breakfast, Shen Yutang stood. Let us go. I followed her into her black Bentley. Half an hour later, we arrived at the Shen family's old estate. Shen Yutang parked and opened the door. I got out with her. Only then did I realize how extraordinary the Shen family was. The Shen villa stood against the mountains beside the water, like a scene from a traditional Chinese ink painting. It radiated deep cultural heritage and a distinct elegance. I followed Shen Yutang through the courtyard gate. Miss Shen. Shen Yutang cut me off. Use my name in front of others. Shen Yutang. I am not very familiar with the people in your family. Shen Yutang gave me a knowing half smile. Your memory is that bad. We came here just last month. The people here are the same as last time. Really? Right. We came here last month. Shen Yutang watched my guilty expression, her eyes darkening slightly. The last time she came here with me was for our wedding. I really do not know many people in the Shen family, but teasing me like a stray kitten seemed to amuse her. A Shen family servant came over. Miss Shen. I followed Shen Yutang inside. A wealthy, elegant woman in her 40s sat in a chair. She held a cup of tea. Beside her stood a young man wearing a white suit. Judging by the woman's appearance, I guess she was Shen Yutang's mother. Zhou Maifeng smiled warmly at Shen Yutang. Yutang, you are back. Then her gaze swept over me. Oh, you came too. Shen Yutang nodded coolly. Where is Grandpa? I heard he has not been well lately. He went fishing early this morning. He will not be back until noon. Your room has always been kept clean. Go get some rest first. Xiao Yelin, now that you are married to Yutang, you must take good care of her. Have a son soon. Understand? There is no rush to have children. Grandma, we will go upstairs and rest first. What? If this woman were Shen Yutang's mother, I would still think she was far too young. Yet she was actually Shen Yutang's grandmother. Were wealthy families really this good at maintaining their looks? Before I could process it, Shen Yutang hooked her arm through mine and headed upstairs. Her voice was gentle and affectionate, completely unlike how she spoke to Zhou Maifeng. Why are you not wearing your wedding ring? Where is your diamond ring? Though the original owner was married, the original owner refused to acknowledge being married, so she hid her wedding ring. As for where it was hidden, I had no idea. Shen Yutang, however, wore a simple wedding band. Its design was exquisite. I looked guilty. I forgot to put it on. Shen Yutang gave a coquettish huff. If you keep forgetting things so easily, I will have to punish you. Even though I knew everything Shen Yutang was doing was an act, that she was merely playing along with me. Face to face with a woman whose beauty and poise were so exceptional, I still found myself distracted. For some reason, I felt Shen Yutang was better suited to acting than I was. Zhou Maifeng's face darkened as she watched. The young man in the white shirt beside her was so angry his eyes turned red. He stared fiercely at Shen Yutang's retreating back. I followed Shen Yutang upstairs. We stopped in front of a room. Shen Yutang opened the door. The door slammed shut. The moment it closed, Shen Yutang let go of my hand. The tenderness on her face vanished without a trace. I was curious. Miss Shen, your grandmother is quite young. She is not my biological grandmother. I thought you remembered. I rubbed my forehead. I did remember, but I suddenly came down with a high fever some time ago. Afterward, some things became blurry. Shen Yutang silently watched me act in front of her. She did not expose me. Shamelessly, I pressed on. Miss Shen, tell me about your family. Shen Yutang ignored me. She went straight to the bathroom to wash her hands. I followed her. Come on, tell me. It is just the two of us, alone together and bored. Talking will make it less boring. Heh. A lone man and woman have plenty of other ways to keep from getting bored. Would you like to find out, husband? My heart leaped with joy. But I said, no, thanks. After washing her hands, Shen Yutang dried them. I wanted to get back at her for being so cold and heartless. So I went to wash my hands too. I hate shaking hands with women I do not like. 20 million. At the mention of 20 million, my eyes lit up. I was wrong. Just then, someone knocked outside. Shen Yutang suddenly pinned me against the wall. Do not move. My ears instantly turned red. I froze completely. The door unexpectedly clicked open. The young man in the white shirt stood there holding a plate of fruit. When he saw Shen Yutang and me in such an intimate position, the fruit plate suddenly fell from his hands. His eyes immediately reddened. Yutang, you too. I am sorry. I wanted to bring you some fruit, but I did not expect to interrupt you. After saying that, he picked up the scattered fruit and left. I gritted my teeth. Shen Yutang, let me go. Seeing the state I was in, Shen Yutang suddenly smiled. 20 million. I instantly acted like someone had stepped on my tail, forcing myself to look pleased. It is an honor to be so close to Miss Shen. Zhou Hao ran out. The moment he saw Zhou Maifeng, he looked even more grieved. Yutang and that man, they were. One look at Zhou Hao, and Zhou Maifeng understood everything. She could not help scolding him. It is such a small matter. Is it worth getting this upset over? They are married. Whatever they do in their room is perfectly normal. Why? That man comes from a lowly background. How could he possibly be worthy of Yutang? Annie, did you not say their marriage was just an act? Zhou Maifeng comforted Zhou Hao. Do not worry. Shen Yutang will definitely divorce that man. You like Shen Yutang so much. She will be yours. How? Pull yourself together. After Zhou Hao left, I looked at Shen Yutang with a wicked little thought in mind. Miss Shen touched me again just now. Do you need to wash your hands again? Oh, and you seem to kiss my chin too. Would that not mean? Heh. So, you can be quite sharp-tongued. I raised my brows smugly. If I said one more word, I knew her next words would be 20 million again. So I quickly pretended to shut my mouth. Shen Yutang curled her lips. Xiao Yelin, the one who came in without knocking just now, is Zhou Maifeng's biological nephew. Zhou Hao, the young master of the Zhou family. Watch out for him. Do not worry, Miss Shen. I will fulfill my duties. By noon, Shen Yutang's grandfather returned. Old Master Shen had gray and silver hair and a stern face. Standing beside Zhou Maifeng, they looked more like father and daughter. Their marriage had been between an older man and a much younger woman. Shen Yutang also had two younger aunts. Both were Zhou Maifeng's daughters. One was 23, and the other 27. Both were younger than Shen Yutang. Though they were senior to Shen Yutang by family rank, Shen Yutang still ran the Shen family company. After learning about the Shen family's tangled relationships, I could not help sighing. They truly were a powerful family. An ordinary family could never develop such complicated ties. I sent the maid who cleaned the courtyard a 20,000 yuan red packet. The maid was deeply grateful. She had not expected that simply telling me about the Shen family would earn such generosity from me. I lowered my voice. By the way, besides all that, may I ask what happened to Shen Yutang's parents? The maid was startled, and her face changed. I frowned. Am I not allowed to ask? The maid looked around and spoke softly. Sir, Miss Shen's parents died when she was very young. No one in the Shen family dares mention it. You should not bring it up either. I froze for a moment. It concerned Shen Yutang's privacy, so I did not ask further. With that, I headed back to my room. Halfway there, I ran into Zhou Hao. He did not look at me kindly. He sized me up, his voice full of contempt. Is Yutang blind? How else could she fall for a man from your background? You used tricks to ensnare Yutang, and now you refuse to let go. You look respectable, but you are rotten to the core. I was new here. If I clashed with Zhou on my first day, the elders would surely dislike me. I guessed he was deliberately provoking me, probably hoping to make a scene before old Master Shen. Just then, I caught sight of an elegant figure nearby. I put a hand to my forehead. Young Master Zhou, I feel a little dizzy. Heh, you are trying to play pitiful in front of me. That will not work on me. Holding my forehead, I walked toward Shen Yutang. Right in front of Zhou, I staggered twice, then stumbled straight into Shen Yutang. I hurriedly steadied myself. Sorry, Yutang. After exchanging a few words with young Master Zhou, I suddenly got a headache. Zhou was stunned. Shen Yutang quickly supported me. A perfectly measured tenderness appeared on her exquisite face. Then let us go back to the room and rest. Zhou looked at Shen Yutang angrily. He instinctively stepped in front of us. Shen Yutang's manner instantly turned cold. Move aside. The moment we entered the room, we both pulled apart. Shen Yutang mocked me lightly. My husband is so clever. I pretended not to catch her meaning. Thanks. I was born this way. Shen Yutang nearly laughed in exasperation at me. I had never been one to swallow insults. For President Shen, who paid me, I could reluctantly lower my head. But for Zhou, a complete stranger, I was not about to take his abuse. At dinner that evening, Shen Yutang's two younger aunts arrived. Her second aunt was named Xiao Yelin. She had a calculating look about her. Her third aunt, Shen Yunjin, looked far more upright. Old Master Shen did not exactly like me. In his view, my humble background made me unworthy of Shen Yutang. He sternly instructed me. You and Yutang must treat each other well, have a child soon, and give the Shen family an heir. I nodded, seeing that I neither fought for anything nor contradicted him. Old Master Shen was unusually pleased. After dinner, I followed Shen Yutang back to the room. I asked cautiously, "Can I sleep on the bed tonight? This bed seems big enough." A flash of viciousness flickered across Shen Yutang's face. Then it was replaced by a faint smile. Sure, I thought. I must have imagined it. Testing the waters, I asked, "Miss Shen, are you all right?" "Mr. Xiao, for your own safety, do not try to care about me, much less get to know me." "Why? Will the world end?" Shen Yutang laughed in exasperation and opened the bathroom door. "The world will not, but you will." When she returned from her shower, she had changed into black silk pajamas. I immediately stepped forward to explain. "I already have someone I love." Shen Yutang's long, narrow eyes fixed coldly on me. I could not tell what she was thinking. I continued. "You know I love Pei Qianxia deeply. I could never fall for anyone else in this life. So, do not worry that I will ever harass you." With that, I went into the bathroom. I took a quick shower and came out, without even looking at Shen Yutang. I fell asleep the instant my head touched the pillow. The next morning, I woke well rested. I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was a woman's delicate collarbone. But the alarming thing was, why were the two of us, so early in the morning, clinging to each other with our clothes in disarray? A flicker of panic showed in my eyes. Her slender, fair arm was wrapped around my waist. I tried to quietly move her arm away, then quietly slip out of bed beside her. But the moment my hand touched Shen Yutang's arm, she opened her eyes. I froze in embarrassment. Shen Yutang coolly let go of me. "Explain yourself." I was not trying to seduce you, nor was I trying to get close to you. Look carefully. You were the one holding me." Shen Yutang raised an eyebrow. The more I spoke, the guiltier I felt. Then I suddenly realized I had not rolled over to Shen Yutang's side. Shen Yutang had squeezed me into a corner of the bed. Shen Yutang realized it too. I immediately became indignant. "Explain yourself." Shen Yutang was not embarrassed in the slightest. "This is my bed, Mr. Xiao. Giving you even one corner to sleep in is generous of me. Just what I would expect from a female CEO who rakes in a fortune every day. She can turn black into white. Capitalists really are black-hearted." I got out of bed and went to the bathroom. Shen Yutang watched my retreating back thoughtfully. She unscrewed a bottle of water from the bedside table, opened the drawer, and took out a bottle of pills. She poured out 2 tablets, then called one of the household staff. Not long after, I heard a knock at the door. I went to answer it. Zhou stood outside, his face full of resentment. He held a set of clothes and glared at me hatefully. Then, right in front of me, he simply fainted. I looked at Shen Yutang in panic. Her expression did not change. She remained as gentle as ever. Do not worry. He has serious heart disease. Sudden fainting is normal for him. I was suddenly glad I had not confronted Zhou yesterday. Otherwise, whether he had really fainted or faked it, I would have been in serious trouble. The Shen family staff quickly noticed something was wrong. They hurriedly called the private doctor, then dragged Zhou away. Shen Yutang looked at me with faint mockery. What? Do you think he is pitiful? Do you feel sorry for him? Sigh. If we are talking about who is pitiful, I think you are more pitiful. With a suitor like that, whether you reject him or keep your distance, someone will always try to guilt-trip you. Shen Yutang was taken aback by my words. I sighed again. Then again. I do not even have a proper job. I make money by selling my marriage. What right do I have to pity people like you upper-class young ladies and young masters? If Miss Shen gave me a little more money, perhaps I would feel even sorrier for you. Shen Yutang smiled. As she passed me, she said gently, do not even think about it. The moment Zhou fell ill, Zhou Maifeng summoned me and gave me a scolding. Xiao is the eldest young master. You made him bring you clothes. Are there no servants in this house? I shoved my hands into my pockets. He snatched those clothes from a servant. I never asked him to carry them. I am speaking to you. You dare talk back to me? You have no manners at all. Do you not know better than to talk back to your elders? Say one more word against me, and I will make Yutang divorce you at once. Just then, someone knocked on the door. I saw that the person who had just left, claiming she was going to a meeting at the office, was Shen Yutang. She stood in the doorway, her face cold. Grandma, Yelin needs to attend an event with me today. I will take him with me. When Zhou Maifeng saw Shen Yutang, she switched again to a warm, kindly expression. All right, you two go ahead. Shen Yutang rescued me from that nightmare. I was so grateful I could have cried. I could tell Zhou Maifeng was quite skilled at manipulation. She treated Shen Yutang one way, then treated me completely differently. I sighed. Luckily, she respects you. Otherwise, I really would not have been able to get away. Shen Yutang suddenly smiled. The black Bentley soon drove out of the villa complex toward downtown. I spoke up to remind her. My home is. Before I could finish, the car pulled over. Get out. It is easy to get a taxi here. Fine. No matter how gentle a rich woman's exterior may seem, she is heartless underneath. I am going to see my ex-girlfriend. Correction. Pei Qianxia is not your ex-girlfriend. You never won her over. Kid. Good luck with your love life. I nearly choked, then got a mouthful of exhaust fumes. I took a taxi back to my apartment complex. Talk about bad luck. I ran into Pei Qianxia and Song Ruian. Seeing that I was alone, Song Ruian said, Yelin, where is your wife? Pei Qianxia stared at me with a frosty expression, as though I had cheated on her. My wife went to work. She is very busy. What are you doing here? Qianxia bought me an apartment here. It was so expensive. It cost more than 20 million. Though the apartment was not in Song Ruian's name, Pei Qianxia had given it to Song Ruian to live in. In practical terms, it was as good as giving it to him. Even Pei Qianxia did not know what was wrong with her. She desperately showered Song Ruian with affection, to prove that Song Ruian was the man she loved. Damn! Do not tell me you live in my building. Song Ruian was smug inside, though he only smiled. Yelin, we live right upstairs from you. You do not mind, do you? Suddenly, a noisy chorus of voices came from nearby. When I turned around, I saw several of Song Ruian's roommates. Xiao Yelin, what are you doing here? Song Ruian glanced at Pei Qianxia's expression and quickly spoke up. Do not speak to Yelin like that. Yelin lives here too, right below my apartment. One of Song Ruian's roommates scoffed. So that is how it is. He is the heir to a wealthy family after all. And he married a wealthy woman. He can only afford a place this nice by relying on his father and his wife. Exactly. Unlike your Ruian, who built himself up from nothing and lives here through his own hard work. Their expressions changed instantly. Xiao Yelin, do not push us too far. Telling the truth is bullying now. Song Ruian lowered his head and stood before Pei Qianxia, looking wronged. Qianxia, he is right. I should not be living in your apartment. I should work hard on my own. Pei Qianxia shot me a cold look. Do not listen to him. Ruian, everything I have is yours. After saying those sweet words, Pei Qianxia waited for me, as usual, to show a heartbroken expression. But I merely smiled and left. Late that night, I covered my ears with a pillow, my eyes blazing with murderous rage. All I wanted was to rush upstairs and kill someone. Could you keep it down in the middle of the night? The apartment I lived in actually had decent soundproofing between floors, but the people upstairs were moving far too vigorously, practically howling at the top of their lungs. Song Ruin knew I was sleeping downstairs. He also knew the soundproofing was fairly good. Unless they made an enormous racket, the people downstairs might not hear them. When I woke up the next day, I had dark circles under both eyes. Zhu Jincheng had asked me out that day. He said one of his aunts had invited us to dinner, and he wanted me to go with him. By an awful coincidence, as I entered the elevator, I ran into Pei Qianxia and Song Ruin again. Pei Qianxia wore a camisole, with a sheer white jacket over it. Obvious love bites marked her collarbone and neck. I rolled my eyes. Even without seeing that, just from the sounds last night, I could guess exactly what had happened. Song Ruin greeted me. Brother Yelin. Good morning. Huh, am I older than you? Why are you calling me brother? Seeing how angry I was, Song Ruin looked smug inside but kept up a pitiful facade. I am sorry. You do not need to apologize to me. Mr. Song, just stay away from me. Then Pei Qianxia spoke coldly. Ruin wanted to buy a place here, not because of you. Xiao Yelin, do not flatter yourself. It is only a coincidence, right? There are 10,000 apartment complexes in Rongcheng, and he just happened to choose the same one as me. The same building, and the floor right above mine. Song Ruin's eyes shifted. Yelin, why are you not living with your wife? The elevator doors opened. Zhu Jincheng happened to be standing outside. Yelin, you are already down here. Song Ruin, what are you doing here? Without saying a word, I put an arm around Zhu Jincheng's shoulder and got into the car. Zhu Jincheng looked furious. Did that guy set you up again? Yelin, I will find another way to make things difficult for him. I will make sure he leaves Pei Qianxia. Forget it. Let us stay far away from them from now on. Zhu Jincheng looked at me cautiously. Yelin, what is wrong? Have they bullied you so badly that you are scared of them? I closed my eyes for a moment. I was not afraid of Pei Qianxia and Song Ruin bullying me. I simply did not want myself and my friends to suffer the ending already written in the book. I turned to look at him. Zhu Jincheng, is there anything else you want to do? Zhu Jincheng froze, then thought for a long time. I do not know. What I want most is to make Song Ruin suffer. So you and Pei Qianxia can be together. From today on, we will set a new goal. We will stop revolving around them. I bombarded Shen Yutang with text after text. For example, my current goal is to get my wife to let me into her home. After Shen Yutang finished handling her work that morning, she had just sat on the sofa in her office with a coffee. When her phone began chimming nonstop, she frowned slightly and looked at the screen. My messages came flooding in, one after another. Rich lady, can I discuss something with you? I want to move into your place. Could you spare me an empty room? I can sleep in the servants' quarters. I promise I will not disturb you. Every day, you will hardly know I am there. Shen Yutang replied with a single word. Why? Pei Qianxia and her boyfriend moved into the apartment above mine. Seeing her every day breaks my heart. I cannot sleep at night. If I have to live in the same building as her, seeing her every day will break my heart and keep me awake at night. If I keep living in the same building as her, I am afraid you will soon have a dead husband and become a poor widow. Shen Yutang replied casually. 3 ground rules. Xiao Yelin, if I see you have any ulterior motives, or do anything strange, do not worry, President Shen. My heart belongs entirely to Pei Qianxia. I will never harass you. If I do bother you, it will only be to ask how to pursue Pei Qianxia. I would never make a move on a rich lady like you. Fine. I breathed a sigh of relief. Tonight, I finally would not have to hear the thunderous fighting upstairs. That evening, Zhu Jincheng and I came back. I had to pack my things to move. Zhu Jincheng came over to help me. Just my luck. As I carried my suitcase downstairs, I ran into Song Ruin and Pei Qianxia again. Pei Qianxia's gaze fell on my suitcase. Xiao Yelin, where are you going? I am a married man. Of course, I am going to my wife's place. Song Ruin saw Pei Qianxia's expression and clenched his fist. I wish you and Miss Shen happiness. A woman like Miss Shen must be hard to hold on to. There must be plenty of men pursuing her. You should hold on to her tightly. Do not worry. I love my wife very much. I will definitely hold on to her. With that, I turned and left. Song Ruin watched me leave. then cautiously probed for information about Shen Yutang. Qianxia, the woman Yelin married. Is she a little richer than you? At Song Ruin's words, Pei Qianxia's face darkened, irritation rising in her chest. What? Are you curious? Song Ruin shook his head. I was just thinking. Yelin has always loved money. If that woman is richer than you, then it is no wonder he left with her. Those words instantly struck a sore spot in Pei Qianxia's heart. Do you think Xiao Yelin could fall for Shen Yutang? Impossible. He and I have known each other for so many years. He had no choice when he went abroad back then. He had no say in his family. For all 3 years of high school, he would secretly look at me in every class. Song Ruin paused, then gave a small laugh. Qianxia, did you know? I was secretly watching you in class too. I have almost forgotten what you looked like back then. I will find our graduation photo later and take a look. The moment Song Ruin heard that Pei Qianxia wanted to see old photos, he grew a little flustered. Forget it. Do not go to all that trouble. He wrapped Pei Qianxia in his arms. Qianxia, do not worry. Xiao Yelin gave you up for money and his education. But I would never do that. Whether then or now, you are the one I love most. His words warmed Pei Qianxia's heart. Just as she thought, Song Ruin was unlike those other men who chased money, status, and fame. When we arrived at Shen Yutang's enormous villa, I took my suitcase out of the car. Zhu Jincheng stared in a daze. Yelin, your wife really lives here. It looks huge from outside. Of course, a rich lady should live in a big house, especially someone of her international stature. Naturally, she needs a villa as grand as an estate. Butler Li had heard I was coming back today. He had been waiting for quite a while. When he saw us get out of the car, Butler Li hurried over to carry my suitcase. Mr. Xiao, let me help you. And this is. He is a close friend of mine. His surname is Zhou. Butler Li smiled faintly. Hello, Mr. Zhou. Thank you for bringing Mr. Xiao home. Seeing how kindly the Shen family's butler treated me, Zhu Jincheng was reassured. Yelin, I will be going now. Call if you need anything. I nodded and followed the butler inside. Is Miss Shen home today? Miss has not returned yet. This place is different from the Shen family estate. Besides me, there are only a few household staff. They are all very discreet. They never pry into Miss's affairs. Do not worry, Butler Li. I will not disturb Miss Shen either. That is for the best. Butler Li, we are both employees paid by Miss Shen. If I do anything inappropriate, could you give me a reminder? Rest assured, sir. I will tell you if there is an issue. Since you are married to Miss, you are the master of this house. I will be careful. Then may I ask you something? Please do. Am I the first man Mrs. brought home? Have you noticed that Miss smiles at me differently? No. Figures. I was once again assigned the bedroom I had stayed in before. My bedroom was close to Shen Yutang's. So, Butler Li warned me. Miss sleeps very poorly. If she comes home at night, do not make a sound. I nodded and went into my room. Shen Yutang came home very late, or perhaps she had gone elsewhere for the evening. I did not see her for 2 or 3 days straight. I have a habit of getting up for water in the middle of the night. One night, I went to get water from the fridge. As I passed the sofa in the living room, I saw a dark figure lying there. Looking closer, I found Shen Yutang asleep on the sofa. Perhaps because it was summer. Rongsheng had been getting constant rain lately, especially at night. Someone of Shen Yutang's status should never be exposed to the wind and rain. Yet I found her soaked from head to toe. I poured the ice water into a cup, then heated it in the microwave until it was hot. I carried the warm water over to Shen Yutang. Carefully, I nudged her shoulder. Miss Shen. The moment I spoke, she opened her eyes. At that moment, Shen Yutang's gaze was like an icy blade. I took 2 steps back. The hand holding the cup trembled slightly. Shen Yutang swept a cold glance over me. Why are you here? For days ago, you agreed to let me move in. Shen Yutang's mind was a mess. She could not remember whether she had truly agreed. Right now, she did not want to see anyone. When I held out the cup of warm water, she knocked it straight to the floor. Hearing the commotion, Butler Li rushed downstairs. Sir, Miss is drunk. Please return to your room and rest. Miss, please go back to sleep on the sofa. I will clean this up. I had not smelled any obvious alcohol on Shen Yutang, but at Butler Li's meaningful look, I could only return to my room. Butler Li cleaned up the broken glass. He did not ask any more about Shen Yutang on the sofa, and went straight back to his room. I thought of the water dripping from her clothes and hair. I was truly worried she would catch a cold. Anyone else would have a high fever or pneumonia by morning. I quietly slipped out and set the thermostat to heat. When I woke the next morning, I went to the dining room as usual. Shen Yutang was sitting at the table. Compared to her icy presence last night, she seemed gentle and composed today, like a completely different person. Shen Yutang greeted me. Morning. I was a little stunned. Good morning, sir. Please sit down and have breakfast. I obediently sat down. I neither asked nor said anything about last night. Shen Yutang quickly finished breakfast and headed out. The moment she left, my urge to gossip flared. Butler Li. Does President Shen have schizophrenia? One personality during the day, and another at night. Butler Li frantically signaled with his eyes and coughed. Behind me, Shen Yutang held a cup of coffee, watching me with an ambiguous smile. My husband is so curious about my affairs. I hurriedly grabbed the sandwich on my plate and took a huge bite. Shen Yutang watched me with great interest. I had bitten off a third of the sandwich in one mouthful. Then she watched me choke, my face turning bright red. I grabbed the milk beside me and took a drink. It took me a long while to recover. Just then, my phone rang. Ye Qingxue's name appeared on the screen. I answered it. Qianxia's birthday is in 2 days. What birthday gift are you planning to get her? I bit back the 6 words. Give her a coffin. I am still thinking. What are you thinking about? If you keep thinking, that scumbag Song Ruin will become even more secure in his place. I found out Song Ruin's recent schedule. Do you think we should kidnap Song Ruin? Make him miss Qianxia's birthday? When I said nothing, Ye Qingxue added, or we could just kill him. With Shen Yutang, my wife in this contract marriage, right in front of me, I could not say outright that I was no longer interested in Pei Qianxia. If Shen Yutang learned that I did not love Pei Qianxia, given that rich woman's suspicious, narcissistic nature, she might suspect I had fallen for her. Then she might stop giving me my generous allowance. I hesitated. Ye Qingxue, in Qianxia's eyes, I have always been a handsome, kin-hearted dream man. This probably would not be a good idea. I am afraid she would be angry if she found out. Qianxia's birthday is a major occasion. I will prepare a wonderful surprise for her. It will definitely be better than Song Ruin's. I will win Qianxia over with my sincerity. Do not worry. Ye Qingxue said nothing and silently hung up. Looking at my phone, I barely managed a sigh of relief. Shen Yutang set down her coffee, her voice amused. Watching others suffer for love is truly entertaining. Her mockery made me clench my fist. Then I loosened them again. Forget it. I could not blame the rich lady for laughing at me. Even I thought my whole act was ridiculous. Maybe Miss Shen has never loved anyone. Maybe no one has ever loved her either. That is why she mocks it. The words had barely left my mouth when Shen Yutang's gaze suddenly became exactly as it had been last night. Her entire presence changed. Seeing this, Butler Li quickly spoke up. Miss, it is time for you to leave for the office. The driver is waiting outside. Shen Yutang turned and left. The next day, I arranged to meet Zhou Jincheng's aunt. When I returned home that evening, I finally saw the text Butler Li had sent me at noon. Everyone has the day off today. No one is home. Sir, please stay at a hotel. Since I was already at the doorstep, there was no reason to turn around and go to a hotel. As I went inside, I replied to Butler Li. Why does everyone have the day off? Shouldn't they have left one or two people behind? 3 minutes later, Butler Li replied. It is a benefit from Miss Shen's company. Every year, she sends her employees to Lanyu Island for a week. What incredible company benefits. No wonder whenever Shen Yutang asked them to do something, they did it without complaint. Sure enough, there was not a soul in the house. Even Shen Yutang had not come home. I looked at the villa, worth hundreds of millions, and calculated in my head what it cost Shen Yutang to live here for 1 day. Sitting cross-legged on the sofa, I tapped away at my phone's calculator. Just then, the door suddenly opened. Shen Yutang and I stared wide-eyed at each other. Butler Li and the others went abroad for a company retreat. Shen Yutang ignored me. She walked straight past me, then went upstairs. I politely asked her, have you eaten tonight? Want me to cook you something? Shen Yutang shook her head. Not now. Make breakfast tomorrow morning. Noodles for breakfast. I froze for a moment, then gently nodded. Shen Yutang suddenly glanced at me. Tomorrow is Pei Qianxia's birthday. What gift did you get her? I had completely forgotten about it, but faced with the heroine's question, I racked my brains. A bottle of perfume. Shen Yutang curled her lips mockingly and went upstairs. The next morning, my alarm woke me. After washing up and changing clothes, I went to the kitchen to make breakfast. Shen Yutang grabbed her documents and was about to leave. Then she suddenly ran into me as I came out of the kitchen. She paused in surprise. I was equally stunned. You made me get up and cook for you. And now you want to leave without eating? No. I was just putting my documents in the car first. Shen Yutang's expression did not change. But I did not believe a word of it. The two of us sat down in the dining room. Shen Yutang picked up some noodles and ate them slowly. Honestly, the noodles tasted mediocre. Halfway through, her chopsticks prodded a soft-boiled egg with a runny yolk. I had not expected her to finish the bowl of noodles I made. Suddenly, scattered fragments from the novel came back to me. In the original novel, the heroine and Pei Qianxia share the same birthday. If I remembered correctly, her birthday should be today. I looked up at her. Well, I heard that people who eat a bowl of noodles in the morning will live a long life. What? That is the idea? Anyway, the entire year ahead will be wonderful. Your career will go smoothly, and you will be happy every day. An old fox like Butler Li had not mentioned Shen Yutang's birthday at all. It seemed Shen Yutang was deeply sensitive about her birthday. As for saying happy birthday, I could not bring myself to say it outright, but I had to offer her my good wishes. I truly hoped Shen Yutang would have a wonderful future. For Pei Qianxia's birthday, even though I did not want to go, I had no choice. Ye Qingxue drove over to pick me up. Yelin, it's like you've become a different person. What a perfect opportunity we had a few days ago. If we had kidnapped Song Ruin. I sat in the passenger seat with my eyes closed. Want me to buy you a copy of the criminal code? Then you can see how many years you would get for that. Ye Qingxue jumped, but she still tried to sound tough. That would never happen. That is not for you to decide. You do not want to sacrifice yourself for your friend's so-called love and throw away half your life, do you? Ye Qingxue froze, but she still held her ground, though her voice lacked conviction. All those years between you and Pei Qianxia, can you really hand them over to an interloper? Song Ruin copies you in every way. When you see that face so similar to yours, Yelin, does it not disgust you? He is like a thief. He stole your woman. He stole your looks. One day, he will destroy you completely. Hearing Ye Qingshue's words, I shook my head. Ye Qingxue, as long as I remain true to myself, no one can steal me away. Outside Pei Qianxia's home, Zhu Jincheng, Ye Qingxue, and I finally met up. Zhu Jincheng looked surprised to see me in a white t-shirt. Yelin, for such an important occasion, you're wearing that? I casually shrugged. The moment Pei Qianxia entered, her gaze instinctively fell on me from across the room. Song Ruin glanced at Pei Qianxia and clenched his fist. Qianxia. Pei Qianxia finally came back to herself. Qianxia, today is your birthday. Xiao Yelin actually showed up without dressing up. He clearly does not take an occasion like this seriously. Pei Qianxia brought Song Ruin over to me. Song Ruin put on the airs of the man of the house. Yelin, you have not spoken to Qianxia since you arrived. You have just been standing here eating. Are you in a bad mood? If something is bothering you, you can tell me. Zhu Jincheng folded his arms. Why would our Yelin be unhappy? Shouldn't you know best? Song Ruin's face immediately turned pale. He looked pitifully at Pei Qianxia. Qianxia, did I say something wrong again? Pei Qianxia shot Zhu Jincheng a disgusted look. Out of consideration for me, she did not say anything to Zhu Jincheng. Then her gaze turned to me. Pei Qianxia, happy birthday. The desserts here are delicious. Is that all? For some reason, Pei Qianxia seemed disappointed. Because I was pressed for time. I forgot to get you a birthday gift. But you did not get me anything for my last birthday either, did you? So we are even. Forget it. If you did not prepare one, then you did not prepare one. Ye Qingxue stared at Song Ruin's outfit and suddenly spoke up. Song Ruin, that outfit of yours looks a lot like what Yelin wore when he graduated from high school. Once Ye Qingxue pointed it out, Zhu Jincheng found the outfit familiar too. Song Ruin looked at Pei Qianxia in panic. Qianxia, Brother Yelin and I do have somewhat similar taste. Ignore them. You look better in it. When Song Ruin's roommates heard Pei Qianxia say that, they immediately grew brazen. Did you hear that? Our Ruin looks better in it. One of the women looked at Song Ruin in surprise. Is that Song Ruin? It has been years, and you have changed so much. You have only gotten more handsome. And now, you even look a little like Xiao Yelin. Afraid Pei Qianxia would misunderstand, Song Ruin's roommate quickly added. He just grew into his looks. Ye Qingxue gave a derisive snort. The others nearby began chattering among themselves. One of Song Ruin's roommates spoke up. Of course our Ruin has his strengths. That is why Qianxia likes him so much. Unlike certain people who shamelessly grovel at her feet, Zhu Jincheng instantly lost his temper. He stepped forward and shoved Song Ruin's roommate. Who are you calling a pathetic suck-up? Song Ruin is clearly copying Yelin to take his place. I gently caught Zhu Jincheng by the arm. Zhu Jincheng, do not argue with him. Zhu Jincheng's face flushed red with anger. He shot Song Ruin a fierce glare. My voice was calm. I do not know who you are talking about either. To avoid any misunderstanding, let me make this clear first. I am already married. I am a married man. I had kept my marriage well hidden before. None of these classmates knew. Everyone was shocked to hear this news. Pei Qianxia was even more shocked. She never expected me to admit publicly that I was married. Facing everyone's confusion, I explained calmly. My wife is wonderful in every way. We are deeply in love. I came to Qianxia's birthday party today, only because we are ordinary high school classmates, just like everyone else. Pei Qianxia's face instantly turned livid. She abruptly hooked her arm through Song Ruin's. Yet her eyes remained fixed on me. Xiao Yelin, make Zhu Jincheng apologize. He should not have laid a hand on anyone. I shielded Zhu Jincheng behind me. Some people talk far too much trash. It is a miracle they have survived this long. Song Ruin's roommates trembled with rage. And another thing, I never named anyone. Do not assume I meant you. Things had already escalated this far. There was no point staying any longer. I looked at Zhu Jincheng and Ye Qingxue. Let's go. Ye Qingxue was my friend, and Pei Qianxia's friend too. But after hearing me, Ye Qingxue followed anyway. As she passed Pei Qianxia, Ye Qingxue paused. Qianxia, you have disappointed me deeply. You know perfectly well who started this. Pei Qianxia watched my retreating back with cold eyes. It was the first time in her life she had ever had such a miserable birthday. Song Ruin cautiously watched Pei Qianxia from beside her. Qianxia, are you angry? It is all my fault. I'll go beg Brother Yelin to come back right now. No need. If he were half as sensible as you, he would not have walked out like that. Meanwhile, Ye Qingxue looked furious. Song Ruin is friends with people like that. That alone shows what kind of person he is. I cannot believe Qianxia trusts them. I did not care much about it. The three of us had not eaten yet. So, we went to a restaurant together. Ye Qingxue checked her phone. I need to head home early. Tomorrow morning, I am going to work with my dream guy. I really want to confess my feelings to him, but I feel like he hates me. I suddenly remembered that Ye Qingxue's ending was a complete tragedy. Not only did she go to prison, she was set up by her husband and the company secretary. Ye Qingxue, for now, focus on your career. Think about marriage once your career takes off. Zhu Jincheng nodded as well. I think Brother Yelin is right, but I really like him. I took a sip of coffee. How many times have you met him? 7 times. How much have you given him? Not much. I gave him a car and a watch. Only a little over 1 million yuan. What is his annual salary? He said he earns 6,000 yuan a month. Then you are pursuing him the wrong way. With a man like him, throwing money at him will only make him resent you. Ye Qingxue froze for a moment, but my mother said, if you like a man, you should spend money on him. You have not even won him over yet. Doing this will only make him feel the gap between you is too wide. I looked at Zhu Jincheng. Jincheng, do you think I am making sense? He nodded fervently beside me. Ye Qingxue, you need the right approach when pursuing a man. Hearing how convincingly I spoke, Ye Qingxue was completely impressed. Brother Yelin, you are the best. You are absolutely right. Then teach me. How should I pursue him? Pei Qianxia's birthday party had somehow been turned into our own relationship advice session. After we finished eating, I took my keys and got into my Lamborghini. Zhu Jincheng got into his Ferrari too. Ye Qingxue took her purse and opened the door of her Maybach. The three of us went our separate ways. On the way, I spotted a cake shop. It was so late, yet the shop was still open. For some reason, thinking of Qianxia's lively birthday party tonight, my thoughts suddenly turned to Shen Yutang. For no reason, I felt Shen Yutang was actually very lonely. I pulled over and went into the cake shop. I chose a palm-sized pink cake. I stared at it for a long time. If Shen Yutang did not want it, then it would be my breakfast tomorrow. That settled it. When I got home and opened the door, the living room was empty. It seemed the rich lady, busy with countless affairs, had not returned yet. Through its clear box, the cake in my hand seemed to be beckoning to me. I thought about it, then headed for the kitchen to put it in the fridge. Just then I heard footsteps. A woman in a black spaghetti strap nightgown, with her black hair still wet and undried, was coming downstairs. Perhaps she had not expected me home tonight. Shen Yutang was wearing a low-cut camisole. The curves below her collarbones were impossible to miss. I took one quick glance, then covered my eyes with my fingers spread apart. Shen Yutang said coolly, "Does covering your eyes like that accomplish anything?" I was only covering my eyes to prove I have no interest in your body." Shen Yutang curled her lips coldly. I noticed she seemed to be in a bad mood, so I quickly held out the cake. "All the staff have gone away. I thought you might get hungry tonight. Wasn't it Qianxia's birthday today? I cut you a slice of cake and brought it back." Shen Yutang looked at the cake in my hand. "You really went to all that trouble to cut such a perfect circle, husband." I looked down at it too. It was a 4-inch cake. Though palm-sized, it was completely whole. Not a pre-cut slice at all. Afraid she would think I had bought it especially for her, I said. "I was going to have it for breakfast. Forget it if you do not want it." Before I could finish, Shen Yutang took the cake from my hand. "Thank you, husband, for bringing me this late-night snack." I watched her sit on the living room sofa and elegantly cut the little cake. Now I regretted not buying an 8-inch cake. All I could do was watch her eat, while I got nothing and was craving some badly. Shen Yutang cut herself a small piece and placed it on her plate, then pushed the rest toward me. "For me. Who else?" I took a bite. It really was delicious. No wonder something this small cost me 388 yuan. Shen Yutang did not actually like sweets. She had never celebrated her birthday, not since childhood. To her, it was never something worth celebrating. She did not understand how I knew her birthday. I was enjoying my cake when Shen Yutang's gaze lingered on me. I noticed she was staring at me too, and felt uneasy. "What is it?" Shen Yutang pointed at my nose. I touched it, and realized that while eating the cake, I had gotten cream on my nose. I felt a little embarrassed. "It is pretty good. Do you not think so?" Shen Yutang smiled. There was an unreadable note in her voice. "Why did you come home today? Did the goddess you are hopelessly in love with not ask you to stay the night?" I gathered my emotions, lowering my lashes slightly. I looked faintly sorrowful. She has a boyfriend. How could she possibly let me stay? For now, all I can do is dream about it. I will wait until she breaks up with him. Looking at me like this, for some reason, she actually felt Pei Qianxia needed her eyes checked. Her tone suddenly turned much colder. "I know you like her, but in public, you are my husband, Shen Yutang's husband. Do not get too close to her." "Do not worry, President Shen. I know where to draw the line. I certainly will not disgrace the Shen family in public." I quickly finished the cake in front of me, but I still wanted more. I curled up on the sofa, turned on the television, and watched a variety show. The show was a little noisy. Shen Yutang never watched programs like this. She continued eating her cake at an unhurried pace. When she finished and was about to return to her room, she unexpectedly found me asleep on the sofa. Shen Yutang took a coat and draped it over me. When I woke up, it was 3 in the morning. I had woken from the cold. I found Shen Yutang's coat draped over me. There was no need to think about it. The rich lady must have taken pity on me, afraid I would freeze to death, and tossed it over me. Unfortunately, one coat could not keep out the cold. I wore her coat upstairs, drowsily opened a bedroom door, and fell straight into bed. In the morning, my body clock finally woke me up. I stretched, then rolled over while hugging the black blanket in my arms. My eyes flew open. A black blanket. I remembered the blanket in my room was white. I looked down. It was indeed a solid black duvet cover. Then I looked at the room's decor. Dark, stark, and coldly minimalist. Only then did I realize I had stumbled in here half-conscious last night, and probably had not noticed which room it was. It looked like Shen Yutang had not slept here last night. I stealthily slipped out of her bedroom. Then I hurried back to my own room. After showering and changing clothes, I went downstairs. When I reached the kitchen, I was surprised to find Shen Yutang making breakfast. I secretly watched from the side. "Miss Shen, so you can cook too." When I studied abroad, I lived alone, so I learned how to cook. Before she finished breakfast, the company called. Something important must have required her to return. After breakfast, I felt a little sleepy. I sat on the sofa studying the script and my character. I stayed there until Ye Qingxue called. Yelin. Zimin asked me to find a job for his distant cousin. His cousin is not very educated. What kind of job should I arrange for her? My eyes were sore from reading, but now I was finally alert. A distant cousin. That is right. He said they are from the same hometown. Zimin said his cousin is a wonderful person. She has just had bad luck. She was fired from her last job and could only deliver food. But food delivery is too exhausting. My guard instantly went up. This so-called distant cousin. Could she be the secretary he had an affair with in the original novel? Wait, what is his cousin's name? Find that out first. It is not that easy to arrange someone a job. Her name is Minghui. Our company requires skills and educational qualifications. She has no qualifications. If I ever do cleaning or something similar, I am afraid Zimin will think I look down on her. Wu Minghui really was Zhang Zimin's mistress. I was a little angry. What do you plan to do? I was thinking of hiring her as my secretary. I happen to need one. I can pay her 30,000 yuan a month. Yelin, what do you think? Are you not afraid she is not really Zhang Zimin's cousin? What if she is his mistress? Ye Qingxue became angry. Yelin, what are you talking about? Zimin is a truly wonderful man. He would never lie to me. Considering that Ye Qingxue had defended me before Pei Qianxia and Song Ruian, I swallowed my anger. Ye Qingxue, listen to me. The more you like him, the less you should handle this so casually. Being a secretary has no future. For both you and Zimin, why not persuade him to send his cousin back to school? Help her apply for a student loan. Then let her find work after furthering her education. Ye Qingxue thought it over and found it reasonable. You really know your stuff, Yelin. Zimin is a good man. He will definitely be happy to see his cousin continue her education. Why do I not just sponsor her directly? Why bother with a loan? It is such a hassle. I kept conning her. Do not. If you give her money, she will think you are looking down on her. The more Ye Qingxue thought about it, the more she agreed with me. After hesitating for a moment, Zimin said he wants to have dinner with me tonight. I do not know how to get along with men. Yelin, can you come with me? You are both men, so you will have things to talk about. All right. I had nothing to do today anyway, and I wanted some fresh air. That evening, I parked beside a shopping mall. Ye Qingxue waved to me. Yelin, over here. I walked over. Does he work here? This was not a particularly upscale mall. I had no idea how Ye Qingxue had met him. I followed her over. Zhang Zimin was at a counter on the mall's first floor. There were not many customers in the store at the time. Zhang Zimin was chatting with his co-workers. The fact that a wealthy heiress was pursuing Zhang Zimin made all his co-workers deeply envious. Though beneath that envy was a touch of bitterness, his co-workers gathered around Zhang Zimin as they talked. It must be nice to catch the eye of a wealthy heiress. Anything she gives him casually is worth several months of our salaries. What can we do? We do not have a face as handsome as his, and that wealthy heiress is beautiful too. That is a rare match. When Zhang Zimin thought of Ye Qingxue, he felt no affection for her, only a trace of disgust. Ye Qingxue's gifts and pursuit greatly repulsed Zhang Zimin. One co-worker asked, Zimin, how far have things gone between you two? Zhang Zimin finally came back to himself and smiled. Miss He and I. She invited me to dinner tonight. Zimin, you have to seize an opportunity like this. Whether you can settle down in Rongsheng depends on her. Zhang Zimin forced a smile. If only Minghui were this rich too. From afar, I spotted the man Ye Qingxue had pointed out. There was pride in her voice. Handsome, right? Do I not have great taste? I nodded. He is handsome indeed. Ye Qingxue checked her watch. He gets off work at 7 tonight. There are still 30 minutes left. Do you want to buy something at his counter? No need. I still have plenty at home. Ye Qingxue racked her brains, trying to bring Zhang Zimin some business. Stock up on some. I bought 10 gift sets from his store for my mother. Get some for Shen Yutang too. Just then, Zhang Zimin spotted us in the distance. His co-workers saw us too. That is Miss He, right? Is the man beside her boyfriend? They looked from Zhang Zimin to me. His co-workers were stunned. Missy's boyfriend is so handsome. Have you ever seen a celebrity in person? I think he is more handsome than plenty of male celebrities. Zhang Zimin clenched his fist, growing angry. Though he had no interest in Ye Qingxue, That did not mean he would let his lovesick lapdog spend time with other men. Just then, we noticed Zhang Zimin looking our way. That did not mean he accepted his devoted admirers seeing other men. Just then, we noticed Zhang Zimin looking our way. Ye Qingxue walked over. Zimin, are you about to get off work? Zhang Zimin glanced at me. Miss He, is this your boyfriend? No, he is my brother. His name is Xiao Yelin. Hearing that, Zhang Zimin relaxed considerably. Still, he seemed faintly hostile and disgusted by me. Your brother is so handsome. Hello, I am Xiao Yelin. Yes, hello. Miss He, I am still working. If there is nothing else, please come back after I get off work. Whenever he said that, Ye Qingxue would buy several thousand yuan worth of products to boost his sales. But today, Ye Qingxue glanced at me and said vaguely, okay? Then she went with me to the Starbucks next door. Zhang Zimin stood there stunned. He could not understand why Ye Qingxue was not buying his products. He held out until his shift ended, then changed and came out. He still needed to speak with Ye Qingxue today about finding Wu Minghui a job. He could not just leave in a huff. Zhang Zimin forced a cheerful smile. He waved at Ye Qingxue as she came out. Miss He, I am over here. Ye Qingxue brightened at the sight of Zhang Zimin. Zimin. Zhang Zimin covertly glanced at me. Where are we having dinner tonight? Ye Qingxue named a restaurant. We went to the parking lot together. She opened the doors for Zhang Zimin and me, asking us both to sit in the back. Zhang Zimin did not want to sit beside me. I will sit in the front. Ye Qingxue froze for a moment, worried I would feel awkward alone. She looked at me. I waved my hand to show it was fine. Zhang Zimin looked up the restaurant Ye Qingxue mentioned. After seeing it cost over 1,000 yuan per person, he closed the page. Miss He. After seeing it cost over 1,000 yuan per person, he closed the page. Miss He. Is Xiao Yelin your biological brother? Ye Qingxue answered only after driving out of the garage. Not by blood, but he might as well be. Zhang Zimin turned to look at me. He assumed I was the sort who latched onto rich women by calling them sister. The sweet young couple chatted up front, while I sat awkwardly alone in back. I had no choice but to message Shen Yutang. I am out today. I can pick up breakfast for tomorrow. What do you want for breakfast tomorrow? A moment later, Shen Yutang replied, anything. Then I can get you durian with stinky tofu. Of course, if you want your entire salary docked next month. When Shen Yutang saw the crying emoji I sent, her lips curved up without her knowing why. Once she realized she was smiling, she suppressed it and sent me a cash gift. The moment I saw it, I eagerly opened it. 1 cent. I gritted my teeth and turned off my phone screen. Soon, we arrived at the restaurant. I pushed open the car door and stepped out. The three of us went inside. Zhang Zimin saw how at ease I was in a place like this. I showed no nerves when the staff greeted us. For some reason, he felt a pang in his chest. Ye Qingxue said with a smile, Zimin, Yelin is a good guy. If there is ever something you cannot tell me, you can talk it over with him. Zhang Zimin did not believe her at all. He turned back to continue talking to Ye Qingxue. My cousin says she does not want to study. Her family is struggling too much. She wants to earn more money these next few years, so her family can live a little better. Ye Qingxue had not expected that. She felt a little guilty. Then I cut Ye Qingxue off with a smile. I would like to know, which elder in your family is this cousin's parent? Mr. Zheng, you are really good to your cousin. Zhang Zimin's expression stiffened. You are really good to your cousin. Zhang Zimin's expression stiffened. She is my paternal uncle's daughter. We are close blood relatives. If she is your paternal uncle's daughter, then she should be your paternal cousin. You two should share the same surname. For a moment, Zhang Zimin could not sort out the logic. Then he finally caught on. Zhang Zimin caught on pretty quickly. I meant she is my maternal uncle's daughter. Where I come from, we use the same word for every kind of uncle. Small towns are different from big cities like yours. Brother Yelin, you do not look down on me, do you? Oh, of course not. Every place has its own customs. Zimin, have you ever been in a relationship? Are you single now? Zhang Zimin went pale and lowered his head. I dated someone when I was in school, but it was an online relationship. We had never met in person. I broke up with her after learning she had a boyfriend in real life. After getting hurt, I did not want another relationship. Ye Qingxue felt even more sorry for him. Zimin, the women who hurt you were all trash. You will find someone better. Zhang Zimin smiled shyly. My family is very traditional. I just want to marry a woman I truly love. I will take good care of her, and treat her parents well, too. What Zhang Zimin said was for someone like Ye Qingxue, who had grown up in a broken home and was hopelessly love-obsessed. An absolute knockout. Sure enough, Ye Qingxue was left speechless. After dinner, Zhang Zimin offered to pay. Ye Qingxue, you have treated me so many times. I just got paid today. Let me treat you. This meal cost more than Zhang Zimin's monthly salary. How could Ye Qingxue bear to let him pay? Not only did she insist on paying, she even took Zhang Zimin to Guojin Center to buy clothes. She told him to pick whatever he wanted. Even I was stunned by that move. Boss, if I shop on this floor today, you are paying too. Ye Qingxue still found my extravagant spending a little painful to watch. No, Brother Yelin, your wife is 100 times richer than I am. Use your own card. When Zhang Zimin heard that I had a wife, and that she was very wealthy, it was nothing like what he had assumed. His opinion of me instantly improved. I looked around but found nothing I liked. Then I spotted a lovely dark-colored dress. Its design was simple and elegant. For some reason, it seemed perfectly suited to Shen Yutang. For no reason at all, I bought the dress. Consider it a 20 million yuan return gift for the rich lady. Then I saw a boldly designed hat, a green Cuckold's hat. I grabbed it and plopped it onto Ye Qingxue's head. Do you not think this hat suits you perfectly? Ye Qingxue looked in the mirror, utterly confused. I do not usually wear hats. Who wears a hat to work? I shoved both hands into my pockets. I think it suits you very well. Ever since earlier, Zhang Zimin had wanted to win my favor. Hearing me say that, Zhang Zimin quickly agreed. I think Brother Yelin has pretty good taste. Miss He, you look beautiful wearing it. Ye Qingxue examined the hat on her head again. This hat is green, right? What do you mean by that? I chuckled. Ye Qingxue thought I was joking with her. Xiao Yelin, you are dead. Take a cab and find your own car. When Zhang Zimin realized it was a Cuckold's hat, he suddenly felt guilty. He was afraid I had sensed something. Since I was there, Zhang Zimin did not want to seem like a gold digger. He picked out only one outfit. Zhang Zimin did not want to seem like a gold digger. He picked out only one outfit. He did not buy anything else. His face was full of guilt. Ye Qingxue, you have been so good to me. I do not even know how to repay you. I feel terribly indebted to you. Zimin, do not think that way. Come on, I will take you both home. Ye Qingxue drove me to where I had parked. Then I drove home. Zhang Zimin looked at the car I drove. Ye Qingxue, your friend is very wealthy. Ye Qingxue nodded vigorously. His wife's family is incredibly powerful. Zhang Zimin frowned. He does not have feelings for you, does he? You two seem pretty close. Feelings for me? That is absolutely impossible. Maybe I am overthinking it. Still, I do not like other people getting too close to my girlfriend. Do not worry. I will keep my distance from other men from now on. I will not give you reason to be jealous. Then, what about my cousin's job? The very mention of it gave Ye Qingxue a headache. She suddenly recalled what I had said yesterday. If he truly likes you and is right for you, he will respect your choices. He will not put you in a difficult position. My company needs cleaning staff. Would that work? Zhang Zimin was not pleased. Cleaning work is exhausting. Ye Qingxue, can you not arrange a manager position or something for her? Ye Qingxue was startled. Her company was in the internet industry. Even regular employees needed a college degree in a relevant field. Managers needed a graduate degree from a prestigious university or better. Someone who had not even gotten into college, even if she were given that position, would not know how to do anything. Ye Qingxue shook her head. I am afraid that will not work. She does not meet the requirements. Zhang Zimin lowered his head without a word. Before, Ye Qingxue would have felt awful for him. But perhaps because of my influence today, she suddenly felt this man was not so right for her. Soon, she dropped Zhang Zimin outside his apartment complex. Zhang Zimin spoke hesitantly. Ye Qingxue, would you not like to come up and sit for a while? Wu Minghui was not home tonight. Even if she were, it would not matter much. Zhang Zimin had previously lied to Ye Qingxue, claiming that to save money, he rented a 2-bedroom apartment with his cousin. As an adult, Ye Qingxue understood what he meant. Flattered, she had almost gotten out of the car. But she quickly restrained herself. It is so late. Zimin, hurry upstairs and get some rest. A flicker of disappointment crossed Zhang Zimin's eyes. Meanwhile, I went to the supermarket for some breakfast food for tomorrow. I also bought plenty of late-night snacks. Back home, I put everything into the refrigerator. Then I took a shower. Seeing Shen Yutang had not returned, I messaged her on WeChat to bother her. Rich lady, are you not coming home today? Shen Yutang had just arrived at the parking garage. She opened her car door and was about to head home when she happened to see my message. I am not coming home. All right. Haha. What a shame. I bought enough dessert for two. Since Shen Yutang was not coming home, I would eat her share for her. I took out the wine I had chilled in the refrigerator. My audition was tomorrow afternoon, though I had no idea how it would go. I opened a bottle of champagne and had some cake to celebrate early. It felt great to have money on my bank card. I had just finished the slices of cake when Shen Yutang pushed open the door and walked in. Holding my wine glass, I stared at her, and she stared back. Husband, you are sneaking dessert behind my back. Did she have to make it sound so bad? What did she mean, sneaking food behind her back? I poured her a glass of wine. Here, rich lady, have a drink to help you sleep. Whenever I could not sleep at night, I often drank a glass of red wine to help me sleep. Shen Yutang accepted the wine I offered. It had cost 998 yuan a bottle at the supermarket. That was pretty expensive to me. Unfortunately, Shen Yutang did not drink wine of this caliber. She took a sip and looked at me with an unreadable smile. You want to drink with me? How well can you hold your liquor? Without hesitation, I said. I could drink 1,000 cups and never get drunk. 30 minutes later, in the villa's underground wine cellar, I was dead asleep on the couch. Shen Yutang looked at the less than half-full glass of whiskey I had left unfinished. For a moment, even she could not understand it. How could he have the nerve to claim he could drink 1,000 cups without getting drunk? The night was hazy. Refined lights shone through the climate-controlled wine cellar. Over bottle after bottle of expensive wine. And over me as well. Shen Yutang's gaze settled on me. The doctor had repeatedly warned Shen Yutang not to drink, unless absolutely necessary. She should avoid even coffee and tea. They could all easily trigger her emotions. But Shen Yutang had always ignored her doctor's advice. I woke in 8 days. My tolerance really was nothing special. Not nearly as strong as my bragging. Just half a small glass of hard liquor had already made me dizzy and sleepy. After drinking, I always felt hot all over. The burning in my stomach from the liquor felt especially awful. I wanted a bottle of ice-cold water to ease it. When I opened my eyes, I saw Shen Yutang looking down at me. There was a uniquely dangerous aura about her. Her eyes felt unfamiliar. Barely conscious, I blinked slowly. Miss Shen, you are drunk. Shen Yutang's mood had sunk to its lowest point. An indescribable agitation made her give a cold laugh. She gripped my chin hard. At that moment, I finally realized something was wrong with Shen Yutang's state of mind. She was not simply acting out in a drunken frenzy. Shen Yutang's cool eyes were always composed, but now they lacked their usual clarity. Her hand slid down to my throat. She choked me hard, but when she saw my pain expression, she quickly let go. I felt her pull me tightly into her arms. She murmured something threatening in my ear. They were probably French or German. I could not understand them. After a long while, she closed her eyes in a drunken haze. The next morning, I opened my eyes with a splitting headache. I found myself in Shen Yutang's room. I was still wearing last night's clothes. But of everything that had happened last night, I had only the faintest memories. I could not tell dreams from reality. While Shen Yutang was gone, I quietly slipped back to my room to shower and change. I still had an audition for a role today. If I got it, then I, too, would have a job of my own. I would not have to worry about being kicked out for failing to please the rich lady. I checked the time. 10 in the morning. Normally, the busy rich lady should have already left for the office. I came downstairs and happened to see Shen Yutang speaking with someone. Butler Li listened and nodded. The housekeeper, like a silent machine, was polishing the railings and floors again. I had no idea when they had returned from vacation. Butler Li glanced at me. For some reason, his look struck me as strange. Just as I was about to slip past Shen Yutang unnoticed, her voice came from behind me. Never drunk, no matter how much you drink. Ha ha, 1,000 cups of milk tea would not get you drunk. Shen Yutang's lips curved faintly. Husband, don't you want to know why you woke up in my bed this morning? I had no idea what I did when I was drunk. But seducing my own boss was something I would firmly deny. I choked on my words. I was drunk. Shen Yutang looked at me with that unreadable smile. I might have mistaken you for Pei Qianxia. At that, The amusement vanished from her eyes at once. I was only getting better at infuriating my boss. Miss Shen, you know this. I only love Pei Qianxia. From somewhere, Shen Yutang pulled out the dress I bought yesterday. That was for Pei Qianxia too. I nodded again and again. Heh, using my money to support another woman. You are quite something. I forced myself to explain. Boss, you know, once a company pays its employees, that money belongs to them. Shen Yutang herself did not know whether I had convinced her or simply angered her. She did not say a word for a long time. She only stared at my face again and again. I furtively slipped into the kitchen for breakfast. Shen Yutang handed the dress to Butler Li. Burn it. Butler Li froze in place. Butler Li said, yes. Shen Yutang gave it some thought. Burning it felt like letting me off too easily. She turned and went to her room to put on the dress.